Hello? This is Boo! Listen to Chronicles of the Lost Realm, or I'll turn you to chocolate Nietzsche!
I am the chronicler. I am here to recount the tales of the greatest adventurers in the realm. Follow us on grand adventures through high magic and grand swordplay. In a world ravaged by monsters, ruled by tyrants, and fought over by villains, who would dare to stand up to them? Lend me your ear, and I shall tell you. Welcome back, brave adventurers, for Season 2 of Chronicles of the Lost Realm. When we last left our heroes, they had gone through the city and ruins of Gress, fighting demons and meeting new friends. After reuniting with family, the crew left the ruins, heading back to Varesh, where things got a little bit dicey.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Season 2 of Chronicles of the Lost Realm. We will be picking up right where we left off after a quick little intro here. Today I'm joined by Chris as Faerun, the Drow Ranger.
I really shouldn't have eaten that shepherd's pie.
That's fair in this tavern. We've also got Billy, the Bard Extraordinaire.
Oh, what? Who?
Thank you for that, Keith. We've got Scott playing his new character that you may have heard in episode 10.5.
I may have some medicine for you there.
And our newest member playing the resident wizard would be Joe.
At the top of the morning, what the hell am I doing with all you feckin' characters?
Perfect.
So, please tell me he's an alcoholic. Please tell me he's an alcoholic.
No, I'm not an alcoholic.
You're drunk. Alcoholics go to meetings.
Exactly.
Yes!
I'm a professional.
Three habits for quitters.
When we last left our Stumble Crew folks, they had made their way back to Varesh, the large, sprawling city with bazaars and many wondrous items and things. They made their way to the Busty Gull Tavern, which happened to be the headquarters for the Drakmore House, a house of well-renowned drow assassins, which are headed by Faerun's twin sister, Quenthel. After doing a little bit of RP and finding out that they are a little bit behind on their rent, they negotiated with the bartender to extend their lease, so to speak, and we're trying to figure out how to make some extra coin. But that's when things went a little bit awry, and the goblin mob showed up to have a few kind words with Billy.
I don't know if we know that they're the goblin mob yet. We know that goblins showed up. We know that they're looking for Billy, but we didn't know that they were the goblin mob.
It was meant to be. It was meant to be implied.
But we do now.
You do now.
No. The listeners know now. Our characters still don't yet know.
Fact. So,
yeah, fair point.
As we left off at the end of 10.5, the very well-dressed goblin that was smoking a cigar, impromptu, what do you call that? Makeshift cigar, was looking at this vial of some kind of strange milk-like medicine that was smashed against his vest, and promptly looks his red, just hate-filled eyes towards Billy, and he calls out to Billy. Well, I knew I'd find you, you wank. You owe us a great deal of money. So it's time to pay up, either in gold or in flesh.
Do I know you?
Don't play dumb with me, boy. You know exactly who we are, and I want my 3 grand in gold now.
3 grand? What's that worth? Like a penny? Or a pinky?
Nah, seriously, I have no idea who you are, dude.
Well, it just so happens I have a cure for amnesiacs like yourself. Boys, sort him out, would you?
You really don't.
Speaking of cures for that, I happen to have one of those too.
Thrawn steps right in front of Billy, brandishing his swords. You guys really, really, really don't want to do that. Intimidation.
All right, go ahead and roll for it.
I got to remember what my intimidation. Oh my god, my character's closed. She closed on me. Give me a second.
Well, while you're opening that up, outside of the tavern, there are a number of goblins, probably 15 to 20 goblins that have kind of
19 on a persuasion roll. I really don't know what you're talking about.
These goblins have surrounded the entrance point, so leaving through the entrance is not going to be an option. But passing through the town, Melwood, you happen to catch sight of the goblin mob, who you know, not personally, but you know that they inhabit this town and tend to make a bit of trouble for people. And you know that these 15 to 20 goblins standing outside are all part of the goblin mob as you're heading by.
Just to let you know, DM 21.
Yep, I see the rules.
Sorry to interrupt.
So, Melwood, what would you do in this situation here?
Well, I'm going to go into the bar.
Perfect.
Spoken like a true Irishman.
Right. Excuse me, lads. Excuse me.
Welcome
Lads,
to
We're just gonna try and.
Welcome to the Stumble Crew.
Right. So you're just gonna go ahead and make your way in then.
Oh yeah, lads.
Through this throng of goblins. Okay. So when you're going to head in, you're kind of passing through all these goblins standing outside, which are very muscular for goblins. They're very well worked out. They all kind of look at you and, well, boss man said no one come out, not no one go in.
Your boss man is very wise. Your
Clearly
boss man is wise. You never keep an Irishman away from the bar.
Clearly, the Irishman has more bravado than sense.
As to be expected. You make your way in, and you're standing behind the quote-unquote boss, who has 2 goblins on either side that are extremely well-built goblins. For all intents and purposes, for the listeners, imagine a stereotypical goblin or a stereotypical barbarian as a goblin, and that's what they're being faced with. You kind of sidestep around the boss goblin, and the bartender's just kind of standing there in awe, kind of like, well, this is new. So as you approach, you can go ahead and interact as you wish.
Excuse me, as I push my way past him.
You might not want to stand there, old man.
Old man? I'm probably younger than you are.
True. That's very. You know what? I can't dispute that. I can't.
So,
Barkeep, I need something to take care of this horrible thirst I'm suffering from.
Okay then. He sets a bottle down, the finest dwarven whiskey he has, and he says, "That'll be 5 gold."
Ah, not a problem.
And the dramatic tension comes to a screeching halt.
Right. Billy, your persuasion check, or no, first, Farron, your intimidation check. You can see that the two or the four barbarian-esh goblins are not shaken per se, but they're kind of now looking back and forth between you and the boss, like, I'm not sure about this anymore. And Billy, your persuasion is a very, very high number there, a 19. So he kind of scowls at you and he says, "Be that as it may, you still owe me 3,000 gold."
What does he owe you 3,000 gold for?
When you ask the question, there's a brief momentary breeze as the back door to the tavern kind of opens and closes momentarily, and a thin mist kind of starts to appear behind the goblin boss. And no sooner does it do this that from what you can tell, a blue-robed figure, face hidden, appears out of the mist behind the goblin boss, and a gleaming rapier comes across his neck and slides gracefully across, spraying blood across the bar. The goblin boss kind of chokes for a second and then falls to the floor. And the hooded figure kind of looks up to everyone.
You all look like you could use a little help. Her Majesty's the Raven Queen sends her best regards.
Ray, you're getting better at the female voices.
Wow.
I think I might need a new pair of pants, guys.
Yeah. just talk like that, Ray, okay?
And I'm going to leave again.
Thank you.
So,
hide me from the scary lady!
once she says that, you immediately notice the brooch that she is wearing is the iconic symbol of the Raven Queen.
She never fails to fascinate, does she? I lean over to Billy real quick and before addressing the Schwarzenegger goblins, and I say, Billy, do me a favor, go in my pack and get me my brown pants. and as I do, as the mist dissipates, I again try to intimidate the rest of the goblins who are probably now shocked about their dead leader and be like, I could do that again to each and every one of you. Like, I'm taking credit for the appearance of the assassin.
Okay, go ahead and roll for it. In the meanwhile, Melwood,
and they don't believe me.
You've managed to polish off. Go ahead and roll again. We'll say it's with advantage because of the the terrifying circumstances happening right now.
That's better.
No, he can totally do it.
Melwood, you finished off about half the bottle now, and this whole scene is unfolding in front of you. So feel free to interject at any point, however you please.
Oh, I will.
Let's roll a counter for the goblins, and they fail. The Schwarzenegger goblins promptly and post-haste scream out of the bar, "Ah! Death! There's death!" And they all run out and gather up their 15 to 20 little friends outside and run off to the goblin mob headquarters.
Oh my god, all I have envisioning in my head is, you guys remember like the old Tom and Jerry cartoons where like the big badass would like grab their leg skin, pull it up, and it's like they're wearing a girdle underneath and they're screaming like a girl. That's all I'm envisioning of these goblins right now.
Well, Millwood's going to look around at everybody in the crowd and goes, "You're welcome."
You didn't even freaking do anything!
My presence was enough to put them in fear.
Farhan just shakes his head as he puts his swords away.
I'm pretty sure it's the lady, the whoever the fuck that was that slit the boss's throat.
Oh, yeah. I work for the Queen, too.
You really shouldn't take credit for the Queen's work.
I'm sorry. It was to avoid any further violence.
What is going on?
Yes, season 2, chaos. So
I'm actually really scared at the moment.
the bar kind of resumes some level of normality as the envoy of the Raven Queen kind of approaches you all. And now you're all together, able to kind of talk and figure out what in the world is going on.
Yeah,
Also, I'm gonna loot the body of the goblin boss because why not?
Of course, Billy would.
I mean, he's already there, and it's a mob boss. It's not like it's morally reprehensible.
in the middle of a bar.
He's a
Right.
bad guy.
How do we know? He said you owe him money.
Yeah, I don't freaking know about that, and I'm not inclined to believe a member of the mob.
You know what? I've known you for quite a while now. I kind of believe him.
I told you, I literally woke up about 40 minutes before you guys got to the same tavern we met at.
Amnesia. I have a cure for that as well. And I pull out another vial. I'll walk over to Billy.
Who are you? And where's
I
Hillman?
don't trust you.
I am just a humble doctor.
Anyway, I looted the goblin boss. Do I get anything?
He had 10 gold rings.
Herpes.
Oh, the goblin herpes. Oh,
The gift.
You got something, all right.
The gift that keeps on giving.
well,
Wow.
it's goblin herpes, so it's the gift that keeps on taking.
Oh no!
It's not gonna last long though. You'll be fine in a day or so.
After
You
you
have a
turn
cure
into
for
a
that
goblin.
too.
So, as it stands right now, we've got a drow. I mean, you all can briefly run down a real quick character description if you'd like, since you're all kind of meeting each other for the first time, or we can roll past that. It's however y'all would like.
All right, well,
I'm a green-haired half-elf with in your standard bard affair carrying a hurdy-gurdy on his back.
and a very gaudy black cloak with a lot of frilly gold lace designing on it.
Yeah, you can't forget about the cloak.
The black cloak.
Actually, Melwood, you can roll because I forgot about that. I think Farron and Billy are both wearing theirs, so you can roll an Arcana check real quick after seeing these two wahoos.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Which, by the way, while you're rolling that, this Yahoo is a drow elf, but he doesn't look like a typical drow elf because he's also part moon elf. Ranger carrying two short swords, and really you could just tell he's pretty much had enough of this group.
All right, so how do I get this thing to let me roll?
Use forward slashes, 2 of them, beforehand.
Okay.
Yeah, or you can click the book, and you can click the die icon, and it brings up a little.
Oh, damn it. Even when I put spaces in between it, it frickin' did it.
Yep.
Gosh darn it. You need to bracket it on both sides with the forward slashes.
Okay. One more time.
So while they're doing that, Crow, you can do your description.
So my character, he's about 5'10" or so. He's got a wide-brimmed hat, the typical plague doctor's mask. It's stained green.
Wow.
A long leather coat, leather gloves, leather pants, leather boots. Wears a cloak on his back, has a buckler on his arm and is walking around with a cane and a rod in his belt.
It's like some Nightmare Before Christmas bullshit.
Yeah, kind of.
It really is.
Except
Hello, Jack
terrifying.
Skellington.
Except terrifying.
Trick us again, child, and we will tear your soul apart.
Who wants to go next?
Melwood.
All right, Melwood, go ahead.
Human, 6 foot, 165 pounds, light, fair-skinned, emerald green eyes with deep copper hair, dressed in extremely fine clothing.
Perfect. And now for our
Red
And
clothing,
there was
correct?
newest.
And there was my
member.
roll for you too, Ray. On the Arcana.
Holy
So,
damn.
I'm about 5 feet. I'm wearing studded leather armor that's black, and I'm wearing the black and blue cloak that symbolizes the Raven Queen because I work for her.
Okay.
This is the assassin.
This is
catch
the
name.
assassin.
I didn't catch the name, or has she not?
I don't
given
think the
it yet?
name's been
You
given
haven't
yet.
you haven't
Okay.
asked the name.
Well, I didn't know she gave it in the description. I kind of broke up on me for a second. So
My name is Valhalla Windmarrow.
great, more easy names.
It's D&D. They're all easy.
Yeah.
Oh.
So with that Arcana check, real quick, Melwood notices immediately, given your background and whatnot, the cloaks that these two are wearing bear the insignia, if I want to go that way. They're very common decorations for the mother of all witches, Baba Yaga.
I'm going to write that down in my notes.
That's another little side adventure that needs to be wrapped up at some point. So you guys are all in this bar. You're kind of all uneasily staring at each other, I'm guessing, because now there's all kinds of new people involved.
I'm still trying to get Billy to take my vial.
He's standing there
I'm
holding it out.
very worried that he's going to contract the plague.
I'm swatting Crow's medicine away from Billy as I'm just staring intently at the assassin lady. No offense, I really don't care about the mage because all he did was walk in and have a drink.
Sorry, unless you can give me a full list of side effects for that thing, I ain't drinking it.
Side effects are just straight deliciousness, and you'll feel perfectly fine. And
That's
even
not
better.
a side effect!
It is a side effect. It is an effect.
It is an effect, and it happens on the side.
It does.
Health and happiness are side effects.
Health and happiness are extreme side effects.
So all of this chaos is going on, and Quintel kind of says, excuse me, I believe there's some matters to attend to?
Do you see what I'm talking about, sis? As I'm still swatting the bottle away. It's like, will you put that away? He doesn't want it.
Here, try my bottle instead.
Fine, but you'll come crawling back eventually, I'm
I'll
sure.
drink to that.
And I put it away.
Billy takes a big swig from the bottle and hands it back to the Irishman.
Ferran takes it from Billy beforehand and just takes a double swig. Hands it to the mage like, thanks, I needed that.
Milady, what brings you here?
The Raven Queen has sent me to do some work for her, and I'm just adventuring. I heard some commotion in here, and I decided to come in, and it seemed like you guys needed some help.
No, we had it completely under control.
Sure.
It sure doesn't look like it, because
I
it
mean-
looks like I can simply take your life, too.
Compared to some of the other stuff we've dealt with before, that seemed pretty tame.
It really did.
I really want to know why the hell the mob seems to think I owe them money.
They mentioned you by
Perhaps a
name.
gambling.
Yeah, which I don't understand.
What's your story, stranger? You, actually, both strangers. You obviously she's here because her queen bidded her to be here. But Doctor, is it? And let me get another swig of that.
People call me the Blighted Crow, but I go by Crow. I can't remember my real name. It's been too long. But I was just here for a nip of the drink.
Been nipping your own medicines? Is that why you can't remember your own name?
Don't get high on
Probably
your
the
own
chemicals
supply.
that I've used to experiment with. None of which were used in this particular medicine.
Oh, good.
But I just had a thirst, and I came in here to get a drink, and I saw that man die over there of the plague, and I tried to help.
Who still is laying on the floor, by the way.
By the way, are we absolutely sure that was the plague that killed this guy?
Oh, for sure.
No, I'm pretty sure it was.
It's a very obvious telltale sign. The black veins running up to the eyes.
Perception check.
Yes. Anybody like to check this thing? Like, not that I don't believe you, Crow. Is it? It's not that I don't believe you. It's just I really don't believe you, and I'm gonna more trust the guy with the flask to check this out because it seems like it'd be more his forte. If you wouldn't mind, sir.
Got a 22 on perception check. Do I notice any black veins in the eyes?
Yes, he did. He had black veins that ran up the side of his face and were it was moving into his eyes right before he coughed all over you.
Okay, but like,
I believe.
just because there's black veins there does not mean that the medicine's not what killed him.
Which is why I just asked. What was it, Woodrill?
Woodrow?
Melwood?
Melwood, yeah, Melwood to take a look at it because I almost have a feeling it's something more magical in nature that took this guy.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see a double-blind study done on that thing before I even put it anywhere close to me.
We'll do a perception on it and see what we might recognize.
Okay.
Might even ask the assassin lady as well.
What a good way to come back.
I'm gonna run a medicine check on that because I'm a jack of all trades.
Well, let's go with a 19 on the total.
Well, you're a jack off, all right.
Jesus. Okay, that would.
It's a perception check, right?
Yes.
27.
27.
15 for a medicine check.
So now all of you are down inspecting this body.
Crow's just shaking his head because he knows that they're all going to find to hit what he said.
Right.
And in the background, Ferran's standing there with his arms crossed and a big old smile on his face. Is like, that's right, bitches. All of you on your knees for me.
What the fuck, Ferran?
Nobody ever believes the doctor.
You all do know that this is not magical in nature. It is definitely biological. So probably more in the realm of nature magic if it was like druid or like a druid would probably be able to identify it, or a nature cleric, or a doctor,
or a ranger with nature.
It's not like that,
Nope.
Ranger.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Nope.
Go ahead. Bend down there. Get all up in that.
You know what, though, Quintel? I know you're a magic user mainly, but Mom did train you in study of druid stuff. Maybe you could figure it out.
She rolled worse than you did.
Damn! Family trait.
Right? No. But yeah, it does seem like it was a illness, like a pathogen.
Just seems very random to have this guy just drop again in front of Billy.
I assure you, the plague has been going around in this town. I have had much work to do.
Okay, so maybe your medicine didn't kill him.
This time.
I'm still banking on the medicine. It may have killed him faster, but it killed him.
If anything, he didn't feel any pain
I'm pretty sure.
after taking the medicine.
Side effect.
Side effect.
You feel very good.
So
Maybe you can call that a painkiller.
Opium is a sister drug to morphine, so yeah.
Right. So Quintel comes over and after dealing with this whole nonsense, she kind of spoke with the bartender for a second and comes back. And she has kind of a laundry list of parchment. And she says, okay, so the bartender had a few leads.
Oh, yeah, this stuff.
Some quests that we can do. And particularly that some of them can actually help us further our goal of opening the portal.
Oh, really? Which ones are those?
I like the sound of that.
Which portal would you be wanting to open?
The portal
the
in
one-
Dress.
Portals aren't always the best thing to open, you know.
Well, we'll be able to control it.
I'll take my chances with this one.
I give.
With Melwood?
No, with the portal. I'll take
Oh.
my chances with the portal.
Sis, can I talk to you a minute? Right
Sure.
over here. Come here, Francine. Why are you telling complete strangers about what we're doing? We don't know if this guy doesn't work for the evil queen.
I assumed he was a friend.
I don't know who the hell he is.
Oh. Well, this is incredibly awkward then.
Yeah, well.
You know we can totally hear you.
It's not nice.
You might have stepped outside for this.
Well, the cat's out of the bag now anyway.
Ferran walks over to the bar, washing his hands of this whole entire thing, and says, "Bartender, just keep them fucking coming."
So the bartender
Ron's
closes
about to
the
get drunk
door.
again.
The bartender closes the door at this point to hopefully keep any further goblin problems away. And it is starting to get dusk out anyway, so it's not like he's losing too many hours. And he starts pouring all of you shots to deal with
Shots,
The-
shots,
Exactly.
shots,
The-
shots.
liquid coping mechanisms of Dungeons and Dragons.
Everybody!
So the three main ones are there are three groups that are willing to help us get the stones from the queen, but they won't do it for free. But they also won't do it for money. And that would be the artisans, the fishmongers, and the Iron Circle. All of them have different jobs that they would like for us to complete, and then they will help us to infiltrate the queen's castle and relieve her of the stones.
One of these things is not like the others.
All right, well, as I'm getting a little drunker, I don't necessarily agree with the names, but to me, 3 sounds better than 1. What do each of them want for their assistance?
The artisans need an escort of precious cargo up to the next city to the north called Fenless. No idea what's in the cargo, only that they need it guarded from raider attacks as it heads north. The fishmongers, all they want is a better deal with the fishermen. For some reason, the fishermen are being extremely stubborn in this topic. They will not give them a better deal on fish. And lastly, the Iron Circle is a clan of shadow monks that are in search of some members that got lost in the nearby forest called the Dretchweir.
Okay, and now the question is the Dredgeweir on the way to the next city?
It is not.
Damn it! 2 birds, 1 stone would have worked.
I say we take a look at the fishmongers first, because convincing the fishermen to cut them in on a better deal sounds right up our alley.
By ours,
This
of
is true.
course. By ours, of course, you mean yours, right?
You got your intimidate.
Yeah, but somebody stole my thunder. No offense, my lady.
Oh, it's no problem.
I swear to God, I can't get one decent bar fight in this whole freaking realm.
Billy kind of snickers sarcastically under his breath and says, No, really. You totally had them with your intimidate there.
Ferran slams another 2 shots. Fingering that decorative knife. Fingering that decorative knife that he got from the dude who gave Billy the stone.
That's 2 that want to go talk to the fishmongers. Anyone else want to put in their input?
Are all of these in the same city?
All 3 originate in the same city, yes.
All right, so I have a map of the city, and since I'm an assassin, I can quickly get us to places.
Okay.
Like secret passages.
Yeah, that's what was the background for that? The urchin?
Yeah.
Yeah. As you all are discussing this, she pipes up with that she has a map and she can get you around quicker.
Oh, that would be useful.
Yeah, especially with the frickin' goblin mob apparently looking for us.
No, not us. You.
Oh, they're definitely looking for all of us now.
As Ferran,
thank her for that.
As Ferran slams another shot.
Points to the Raven Queen.
He turns around to the mage.
First,
have you met Fluffy?
huh?
This is my buddy.
No!
You see Ferran holding.
Ferran, stop!
You see Ferran holding his hands out, and about 2 feet to the left of his hands, you see floating in midair a Displacer Beast cub. You want to pet him? He's friendly.
No, put that thing away.
Oh, I'm sorry. Zip. How about you, my lady? Would you like to pet my kitty?
No, I don't want to touch your cat. It doesn't get very well along with my mouse.
Awkward.
Oh.
Nice. Oh.
Ferran sets...
Which I do have a little pet mouse, by the way.
Ferran sets Fluffy up on his shoulder, and again, it looks like the cat's floating about 2 feet away from its left shoulder.
Displacer beasts are weird.
Can I play with your hurdy-gurdy again?
No!
Come
you
on,
almost broke it last time.
That made it sound better.
No, it didn't. I had to tune it for like 3 hours.
Yeah, it was kind of like real music.
So not long
real
after
music if it bashed you in the head with a sledgehammer.
Not
Can I
long
do that
after
with a hurdy-gurdy?
chatting, Melwood, you hear a knocking at the door. It's very, very soft. It's at the tavern door.
That's not my job.
I love it.
I'll get it.
Oh no.
Hi.
When you open the door, you see a family, a husband and a wife and 3 kids, and they all look very disheveled and very dirty. And the man says, "Excuse me, is the tavern open? We require a room."
Why, sure, come on in.
Thank you.
That's fine.
Run! You're not the owner. You don't have the right to give. Oh my god.
I drunkenly look
I
for
give
his
up.
mouth with my hand and just cover his mouth. Come on in.
We are refugees from a small village to the south. We had to escape the giants.
Giant what?
No,
Giants.
the giants.
The giants? Like
Really tall people.
oh yeah. Like
Yes,
giants.
The ones that live in the hills.
Yes, about a month ago, there was a cult that started that was offering sacrifices to an ogre that lived in the mountains nearby.
I'm sorry,
They-
did you just say sacrifices?
I'm glad
Yes, he did.
I'm glad I'm not
Yeah.
the only one who didn't miss that.
Yes, every week they would take one of the children and feed it to the ogre. And once word got back that this cult was feeding the giants with no problem, more began to show up.
Okay, you know all that stuff that we were talking about going and doing, and by we I mean you guys, because y'all are boring. I say we go do this. Because I don't like the feeding kitties to giant things that are like giants.
I don't like the feeding kids to giants any more than the next guy, but like these are giants we're talking about.
How are you
by the sound
talking?
of it, a lot of them.
How are you talking with my hand over your mouth? That's weird. I feel the vibrations.
Farun,
Huh?
I moved your hand about 2 minutes ago.
Wow. Do that again.
Billy and Farron, you can both. No, we'll skip the rolling part. You both remember way back in like episode 1 of season 1 when you left the tavern there with on a mission. You remember that you vaguely remember hearing some chanting from a cornfield, something about an offering to a large one that you didn't have time for.
Oh no.
Well, that sobered me up real quick.
Billy and Farun just sort of look at each other. Son of a bitch.
You don't think, do you?
It has to be.
Yeah, guys. And by guys, I mean Billy, because the rest of you really aren't a part of our crew. But
I'm just standing in the corner in the shadows where I'm usually lurking and listening.
Billy, I think we got to handle this one because this may be on us. We avoided it in hopes that it wasn't evil, and if we're right,
sounds pretty freaking evil.
And if we're right, and this is the same group, we kind of screwed up.
Ain't nobody got time for side quests. Damn it.
Quintel, I'm sorry. We'll be back as soon as we can, but I've got to handle this. You know I can't let this happen.
I understand all too well.
Oh, excuse me.
All right, let's go kill us some giants.
As Farron stumbles towards the door. What is everyone else doing? Billy and Farron seem to be having this semi-intimate conversation about how they screwed up.
Hey, I'm not
I'm
that
keeping
drunk.
a very close eye on Billy to make sure he doesn't show any signs of the plague.
Oh no, I passed that constitution. Billy passed that constitution check. I'm
That's
sure he'll
meta,
be
man.
fine. I'm sure he'll be fine.
Sure, he'll be fine. This won't come back to bite you later.
Yeah.
Anyone else want to interject with thoughts?
I'm just standing here in the corner because I'm sent here to do the Queen's bidding, and it's no one else's business what I'm doing but the Queen's. But I could be here to be assistant while I do what I'm here supposed to do.
What do you... Oh, wait, you just said you're not allowed to tell us.
It's quite really none of you guys' business. I'll have to kill you.
Uh-huh. Sure. I'd love to take you up on that, but we got some giants to kill. Come on, Farun.
You know what, though? I'm thinking we could use her. And do you have any idea where that little short guy is that used to run around with us?
Hillman?
Yeah, that one.
Wait a minute. Fuck, we lost Hillman.
Well, that's okay. We got a bigger version over here. Hey, buddy, you want to? You're a magic user, right?
Yeah, I'll tag along if you don't mind.
Yeah, you want to kill some giants?
Well, kill, shrink, do something with them.
All right, and you know what? I mean, if we're going to be using poisons and assassins, Crow, you might as well come too. You could offer them some of your medicine.
Oh, of course. Wherever this one goes, and he indicates to Billy, I must go in case he shows any signs.
I ain't your patient.
Yeah, here's your
You
sign.
absolutely are my patient.
Here's your sign.
Hey, Crow, if you're really interested in examining Billy, he's got a neat thing on his back left shoulder blade. You might want to check that out.
Oh,
As
my.
Farron walks out
I
the door.
must. And I immediately go to look.
Hey! Billy just kind of like flails his arms ineffectively as he's being examined.
It is okay. I am a doctor.
I don't give a crap what your title is.
So you say.
Ferran has a very wicked grin as he stumbles out the door.
You enter out into the street and see that it's probably about 10 o'clock at night at this point. The sun has definitely set. The little lantern street lights are on.
Oh, Quintel, set those people up with a room with the bartender. Make sure they're fed and all that, and I will square up with him when we get back. And which direction was this giant thing going on?
From Varesh, it was south.
Cool.
Hey,
What?
Hey, Doc, you got any liquid sobriety for our friend Ferran here?
You're not.
Of course I do.
You're not ruining this.
And I pull out the vial.
You're not ruining this.
How barbaric!
It will, in fact, make it feel even greater.
What's greater?
A hangover?
How good you
I
feel
don't
after
think so.
drinking the drink?
It's
You'll
gonna-
feel even better after taking some of my medicine.
It'll make me drunker.
It'll make you feel even better. It won't make you drunker.
Then no.
If you try it, you will know exactly what I speak of.
Hey, Doc, hang on.
Don't you fucking do it, man. Don't you do it.
29 on persuasion. It'll give you the best buzz you've ever had.
Fuck you, Keith.
It does go very well with liquor.
What do I gotta roll to
Insight.
insight? Fuck, it's a +1. I so hate you. Sure, man. Let me drink that.
All right, I hand him the bottle.
I guzzle the whole fucking thing.
Yes, Billy gets the.
It would taste relatively sweet, believe it or not.
Billy gets to see the effectiveness of the medicine in action, and he doesn't have to test it on himself.
Has anybody ever tried morphine or had morphine?
Oh my
yes.
god.
Let's
It's
just say
similar-
the Lauded's more my favorite style.
Ferran just went into a coma. See you in season 3.
Bear's like, I can't feel my face.
But I feel so good.
Alright.
Oh wow.
Is that the actual effect on him?
Yeah, it's opium.
Oh, fuck.
It's opium, liquor, some distilled flower juices, and some sweetness.
I thought you said that was liquid sobriety. That made him worse.
I said it would make him feel great.
Worse or better?
Guys. Keep talking. I can actually see the colors.
Oh my god, he's high as a fucking kite.
Wow. Billy, I could see your words. They're purple.
I'm
I
gonna
just
fuck
got
with
our
this
ranger
guy and
stoned.
my mouse.
Send your mouse after him.
Yeah, just like run around him.
So this mouse is now running around you.
Hey guys, which road do we take to go south?
I'm gonna cast a cantrip, minor illusion, with a big arrow right in front of the stoned guy's face, pointing south.
Cool. I'm gonna follow that. I'm like envisioning like BioShock, where you had the little arrow above your head that points in the direction you're supposed to turn.
Exactly. It seems like he knows the way.
We got Ferran so stoned he's got navigation HUD. He's so stoned he can see the heads-up display.
Out of context D&D quotes. I love it.
Congratulations, Ferran. You're now more meta than my character.
Guys, I just had a really weird thought. What if we're not really us. And, like, other people are sitting around a table or something pretending to be us. How fucking weird would that be?
Yeah, welcome to my life.
You all see Crow pull out a piece of parchment with a quill, look intently at Faerun, and just scribbling notes.
Guinea pig!
Wow. Man, how come my right leg feels longer than my left?
As Faerun's doing circles in the center of town.
I just got poked in the eye by the arrow. Ow.
So the Busty Gull is, in fact, in the center of town. It's the more predominant watering hole. Everybody kind of knows where it's at, sort of thing. Will you all be taking your wagon to head south, or are you going to go on foot?
I don't think
I should
riding
my damn horse.
Yeah, let's take the wagon so that we can put Faerun in the back of it.
That doesn't sound fun.
I don't think I should drive, man.
I think that maybe we should walk on foot because a wagon won't be able to necessarily fit where the secret paths I know, and if we're gonna be trying to stay hid.
Yeah, I want to squeeze in the secret things. Let's do that.
Oh man, drunk and high Faerun. Nice.
Damn it.
Welcome to season 2.
Right.
My lesser restoration can only fix blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Just remember, you know what?
But not crowed.
That's right.
Not stoned.
Let me just remind you of something to make you feel worse. This is your fault.
Yeah, I know it's my fault.
So who's driving?
I might as well drive since I've got night vision and shit. Dark vision. So if it gets dark, I can still see.
Okay, go ahead and roll animal handling, since it is nighttime and you're trying to get the horses to cooperate and whatnot.
What's this dragon thing laying here?
You mean Nua?
Yeah, I guess. What's a Nua?
Nua is not in the back of the wagon. She is also left with Hillman.
They're off on their own adventure?
Yep. That'll come back to haunt you later.
Oh, for sure.
In the form of a half dragonborn, half gnome, half halfling. I'm not sure what he was.
Half dragonborn.
Half halfling, half dragonborn.
Oh my god, we're hurting each other's heads just trying to figure this out.
It's a dragonling.
There you go. It's a hagenling. So
12 on animal handling.
All right, the horses are behaving themselves, and you're heading down the road.
I'll be
like
riding my own, thank you.
I don't blame you.
I'll drive.
So, Melwood, are you taking your own horse, or are you taking your own wagon?
I'm taking my own horse and pack horse.
Nice. I don't know who that was, but that sounded like a grung.
Yeah.
Told you I could speak goblin.
Yeah, Faerun. Just sleep now.
I don't wanna.
As the road goes ever on and on, you all head off to your next grand adventure to go fight the giants in the mountains. A little remnant of season 1 that Billy and Faerun just kind of glossed over. Haha, consequences. And with that, we will wrap episode 1 for season 2. And
should have just let Hillman handle it.
So
Fireball.
We can real quick go around and we'll do our usual order. And Chris, where can the listeners find more of your action?
Well, you can find me probably having one hell of a hangover in episode 2 of Chronicles of the Lost Realm Season 2. But other than that, you can find me anywhere Realm of the Mist Entertainment is presented, either one of our podcasts on YouTube or on Anchor or wherever quality podcasts are heard.
Fantastic. And Billy, where are we getting more of you?
You can find me every other Friday on Press A Gaming Podcast, of which I'm the host. And you can also find me on Chronicles of the Lost Realm. And anything we do with the something or sounds dicey branding now.
Awesome. Sounds dicey. The new branding, just so that the listeners are aware, is to kind of touch base on how things usually go with this group. Moving on down the line, we'll go Scott. Where can we find you, buddy?
Well, you can find me right here tending to Faerun's hangover and making sure Billy doesn't get the plague. Right here on Sounds Dicey.
Fantastic. And our newest member, I think we'll ask our newest member at last so that she can really get her moment to shine here. And Joe, where can we find more of you, bud?
You can find me on Facebook under Joe Cahill, Director Producer, or Steamhouse Entertainment. Come on there and check out all the movie projects I have going right now.
Ooh.
Awesome. Yeah, buddy. And Katie, our newest member, playing the envoy to the Raven Queen. Where can we find more of you?
Right here.
Right here. Okay. Short and sweet. Just like the death she brings.
Yeah.
Our most mysterious member. You know, you gotta have that. It sells.
And as for me, you can find me here on Chronicles of the Lost Realm, doing the DM duties as the Chronicler. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram under @chroniclesoftheLostRealm.com. And with that,
don't you co-host one of them other shows too?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I can promote that here, too. You can also check me out on War of the Stars, a Star Wars podcast. Myself and Mark John Tully go over some interesting fan theories and touch on some different topics for Star Wars-related info and news. So that's it for episode 1. Thank you all for listening, and stay tuned later on for episode 2. See y'all later.